Hey Aquarius, it's Viv from Wisdom Released and welcome to your weekly reading for the 2nd to the 8th of July 2018. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz, and it's an 8 card spread, so central theme, an overall energy in the middle, and then one card for each day of the week, Monday through Sunday. I'm a bit behind with uploading these videos because they're just taking forever on YouTube for some unknown reason, but anyway, there we are. It is what it is. I have already done the monthly readings for July and they are up, and the central issue, the energy, the central theme for Aquarius for July was judgment. And judgment in this deck is about forgiveness, but I was using another deck to do the monthlies, and it can be about restoring balance. It can be about actions and consequences, and kind of reaping the rewards, if you like, of the action that you take. It does have consequences. But things balancing out as a result, things becoming fair as a result of judgment being handed out. It could be that there are legal proceedings going on this month for you, or something to do with the law that you're connected with, and that some kind of decision is being awarded this month. The reading for this week, this first week in July, it does seem that you are quite anxious and fearful about what's in store, about what's coming up for you in the future. And the reason I say that is because the central energy for this week is the moon, and this is where things are hidden. This is where we don't see things very clearly. We don't see things as they are, and it's where we can let our imagination run away with us. And we never do our best thinking in the middle of the night. That's when things get really out of proportion in the dark, and we start imagining monsters under the bed and things lurking in the shadows and all sorts of stuff, and then when we wake up, or when the sun comes up, then we see things in a completely different light, and then we think, oh goodness me, what was I worried about? So just bear that in mind, that this is the energy for this week, that there's anxiety and worry because things don't appear to be that clear. And that's interesting because on Monday we have kind of a repetition of the images here, and one of these trees being struck by lightning. But it's only the top of the tree on this card that is actually chopped off. It's not the entire tree. There is another bolt of lightning that comes and sets fire to the tree a little bit further down, but the fire, my feeling is that it will burn up. It's not going to completely destroy the entire tree, and new growth will come as a result of this fire occurring. It always gives way, always makes space for new growth and new things to come to us. It's uncomfortable and unpleasant at the time, that something is happening around you at the moment which is kind of shaking the foundations of what you know to be true, of who you are, and the things around you. And I think this kind of upsets the apple cart a little bit, because you like, my feeling is that you like to know what's happening, you like to know what's going on. You don't deal with insecurity very well when you can't see things clearly. You need to know what's happening so you feel secure. But this tower moment is not a bad thing, because, as I say, space is created for new growth and for light to get in. So there's space for change, there's space for different perspective, there's space for growth. It feels to me that the way you deal with this change is that you really take it on board, that you overcome, or you don't get too drawn in by your feelings of insecurity and anxiety, and you greet it with enthusiasm, that you don't greet it with fear, that the Ace of Cups here is it's telling me that you're embracing the situation, that you're not seeing it as a bad situation, and that you can actually love what's happening. You see the possibility in it, and you see that it could turn out to be a good thing, and that after endings there are beginnings, that after destruction there's growth. So yeah, I feel that that you're really taking it on board, that you're taking it in your stride, and that you're not allowing yourself to get too upset by it. Having said that, by the middle of the week, you may start to be dragged in again and seduced by this insecure thinking, because there's a feeling of being trapped here, that maybe maybe you're a little overawed by the extent of the change that is caused by this tower moment earlier on in the week. It seemed to you to be a positive thing yesterday, but now you're not so sure, and you're not sure how things are going to work out. You can't really see, having been able to see some possibility yesterday on Tuesday. By Wednesday it seems that you're not seeing the possibility at all, and you're not seeing how it is that you can spread your wings and fly. So you're feeling a little bit stuck today because of the resurgence of these insecurities and worries and anxieties, that you kind of get caught up in that, and it's sort of like you feel the need to retreat as a result. Thursday though, it seems like a bit of a seesaw week, doesn't it? It's like a Tower, Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, and now we're on the Daughter of Swords. It feels like you have much more perspective, that there's the possibility of much more perspective here. The Daughter of Swords is she's balanced quite perfectly on the sword here. She looks like she's about to make a decision. She's keeping a close eye on things, but her perspective is broad. It feels like she's having little flashes of insight, and these aren't worries. To the contrary, they seem to be flashes of insight that are dispelling her worries and are making things a lot clearer. There is a tendency with the Daughter of Swords to keep too close an eye on things. There's a tendency to over control, and this may be as a result of the influence of this anxiety and insecurity here. By Friday though, with the appearance of the Empress card, it feels to me like you're dealing with whatever's been thrown at you really, really well. That you're dealing with it with confidence, that you are feeling much more comfortable in your own skin, and that you are growing with and learning from what this challenge is throwing at you. I think you're noticing the temporary nature and the illusory nature of the Eight of Swords here, and feeling trapped, and you're recovering from that. You're recovering and coming out of this period of worry And I say that because the tree here is really glowing. He's glowing with colourful light and allowing herself to shine and sort of like be a beacon in this darkness. You know, it's kind of like it's putting an end to this sort of this worry here, and things are glowing much brighter. And by Saturday, you're feeling much more confident, back in your stride, back to feeling much more like yourself, much more confident. Things are headed in the right direction. You can really see the possibility. There's so much clarity. It's like the sun and the moon. You've got both cards in your reading here. They're both major arcana, and so these are whatever's happening at the moment, because this is major arcana as well. So these are major issues and major events in your life. That you know, you've gone from one thing to the other. You've gone from total not knowing and not being able to see possibility to having clarity. You know, this is dispelling worries, clearing away doubts, and you can really see the possibility, and you're extremely confident. And by Sunday, I think you're really embracing the change. The Wheel of Fortune, this came out for, I'm sure it came out for Libra just now. Actually, I was doing their card, and I'm doing their readings, and I was drawn by how all of these different branches and twigs and everything are being held together. It looks a bit precarious, but everything is coming together really nicely. It is holding together. There is clarity here, there's insight here, there's wisdom here. So we have the repetition of the daughter of swords. So she's keeping a close eye on things, not overly so, she's not overly controlling, but she is connecting with her wisdom there and seeing how things are coming around, and seeing how things are coming around in her favour. So there we go, Aquarius. Overall, I think a really positive week. It's it has felt a bit seesaw, but like I say, the sun, the presence of the sun here tells me that you're not going to be fazed by this tower moment. You know that you will get there, and you'll see the benefit of it for you, which is really great news. So I hope you do have a fantastic week. Thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I did just want to say that I do watch quite a few other channels on YouTube, and sometimes when I'm watching other readers, the readings can just not resonate at all. It's like I'm asking myself, what on earth was all that about? I've no idea. It's nothing to do with me. And at other times they can be really spookily accurate. And I do general readings. They're readings about, they can be about love, they can be about our professional lives, our careers, they can be to do with our home. But they are general readings, and so sometimes they're going to work better than others for you. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I really do appreciate you joining me here on this channel and supporting me by watching. Your presence is greatly valued, and it wouldn't be the same without you. So thanks very much for that. I'll be back again next time, and so until then, take care.